He thinks, well, they're trying to erase Western culture. Nobody wants to fucking erase Western culture. Nobody fucking wants to make your pee-pee soft because you don't feel like a big man. God, like, for real, like, I think, like, a lot of these cats are just fucking losers. Exactly. Exactly. Let's go to another video. Like, I'm warmed up. I'm warmed up based off of this shit. But let's go to another video. Come on. Let's go. Um All right, let's talk about another loser. Oh god, I need to clean this shit up. Um Ooh, let's go to DesTiny.
Hey, I just created.
Come on, no. Let's don't do that. All right, come on, let's do this. I know. It is a fucking video game, and these motherfuckers, like motherfuckers like him, just I guess it's just like it's they need to actually they need to have something in their lives where they feel like, no, I'm right, and I need to feel good about myself by making others look stupid. Like, that's what they need in their life. It is something that it's the one thing that can make them feel like a man, and it's just like, you fucking idiot. Okay, how do I get that one? That's gonna be difficult. But let's go to. But you know what? They have made video games like that, and that's the thing. It hasn't. Like, look at not Fallout. Look at Far Cry 3. They literally made Far Cry 3 where a lot of those people in that game were brown people. So it's just one of those things. Like, is it really that serious? But let's go to a DesTiny video. God.
Bloomberg experiment is super interesting because it's really interesting because you typically have to win like New Hampshire or Iowa to be considered like a serious contender. I think it's generally how it works in the Democratic Party, although a lot of the rules are changing, especially post-Trump. But Bloomberg is like, fuck all that. I don't give a fuck about any of that. I don't care about the first 4 primaries. I'm focusing on two.
All right, so let's talk about DesTiny. Stephen Burrell. DesTiny, as they like to call him. Well, here's the thing. He is so wrapped up in him needing to be right about shit that he gets upset when people call him out. He's one of those guys who has to say, well, of course I'm right because reasons, and if you disagree with me, you're just not a thinker. And he did actually address some of the things that happened with his when it came to attacking right-wing pundits, like the bigots and racists that you will see, no bullshit, Sargon of Akkad. Like, yeah, he fucking took them down because their arguments were weak, stupid, and it didn't take much effort to take these motherfuckers down. But whenever it came to like left-leaning people who literally have ideas of how to make the world a fucking better place for more than just one person or a handful of people, then his feelings got hurt. Like, literally, the interview that he had with Non-Compete, American Johnson, and the interview he had with Peter Kaufman. It was painful. And then, of course, he's going to mention a couple of people in this video, and it's going to be fucking awesome, especially his distaste for them and how he feels that they're just mean old people. But let's continue.
Super Tuesday, which is really interesting. June will never debate me because she knows she can as well. It's kind of frustrating that like a lot of these people have now kind of like set up. So my frustration lately, my big frustration lately is that I kind of had like Twitch as a platform to kind of like make fun of like crazy conservatives and conspiracy theorists for a long time, and that's kind of what I did. And like politics on Twitch was more or less spearheaded by me, and then there might have been a couple of really small people. But up until about like 2019, like more or less I was like the only person on this platform.
So you actually hear this? You actually hear this shit? Well, what happened was I was actually the first one to talk about politics on Twitch, and now so many people are actually doing it, and this is my problem. Come on.
One that did, you know, kind of like politics, and that like as crazy as YouTube got, or as crazy as whatever, like at least on Twitch, like I kind of like had this area to kind of like make fun of these people. I guess the reason why the focus on the lefties so much as of late is that now it feels like the majority of politics on Twitch is like, again, batshit insane conspiracy theorists like it used to be on YouTube. And most of them are too scared to talk to me. Just like,
wait, what? We know Vosh has been literally started, like, is trying to have you come down there to LA and have that conversation. This bluster don't mean shit. And I get it. Okay, so if you don't know about DesTiny, how... Exactly. His ego is harmed. If you don't know about DesTiny, he was a top e-gamer. I think League was his thing. And it was just like, yes, most of the reasons why he was so instrumental in taking down a lot of the right-wing nut jobs, as he puts it, is because... it was an ego thing. And he says he was a little bit more right-leaning than he is now. But it's not about, well, I see your argument is sound, but I just hear, it's just like your argument is stupid. But let's continue.
it's like the conservatives were, because they know that they don't have any real arguments. It's a pretty frustrating spot to be put in, but I mean, I guess I don't know, maybe you could argue it was like inevitable. It's your fault you platform most of them. Yeah, I guess I always kind of like undercount like how sensational like conspiracy theory and shit can be versus like, oh well, let's find out like what's actually happening. Like my brand of politics, like all in all, is actually so much more boring than what somebody who wants to sell you conspiracy theories and snake oil can, right? Like it's so much more exciting to talk about how everybody's rigging everything against you and how everybody's like out to get you and everybody's working against you and the CIA has moles in your campaign and the NSA is spying on your camp, blah, blah, blah. Like that's so much more exciting than like, well, let's look at the facts and see what's up.
All right, so yeah, of course, you actually do have it where some people are making just outright conspiracies. Duh. Welcome to the fucking internet. But we actually have evidence of what's going on. Exactly. We actually had evidence of what happened in fucking Iowa. We know what happened. The head of the Iowa Democratic Party fucking resigned because he fucked up. And yeah, his thing is he always has to be correct.
Do you think they're legitimate grifters? I don't think they're grifting. I'm sure these are their legitimate political views. Their legitimate political views are just oftentimes very naive and stupid. And then like...
naive and stupid because I disagree with them. Like, listen to him. Like, if you actually listen to Vosh actually talk about this fool, about how he switches point to point and he actually says, well, lefties, they don't have any evidence to point towards the fact that socialism or democratic socialism is actually good because it's never worked before. Fucking capitalism hasn't worked before. It's not working now. It's been staying on life support because of certain shit, but that's here nor there. Let's continue.
The conservatives on YouTube,
Steven?
they found that like the easiest way to kind of like deal with it is to not talk to somebody like me who can call them out on it. So they just hide behind their excuses to not talk about me. Oh, he uses debate tactics or blah blah. It's all the same shit that all the centrists said on YouTube. And then they can just kind of like preach to their audience about how conspiratorial everything is without having.
I'm thinking about speeding him up, of course, because he does that bitch pure thing where he actually talks really fast with a group of words, but there are long fucking pauses in between. And so what he's doing is actually taking the time to form out his sentences and then just replay them like that, so it seems like he's talking fast. I can do that too, because in the end, it all talks about a different specific skill that you can actually have. I mean, it's not a big thing, especially if you've done stuff like working in a call center and you actually have to come up with a sense of things quickly and fast, and you're given a specific time to actually talk and stop and then talk some more. It's fucking easy. But let's continue.
I don't think Shrew is grifting. She'll blindly signal whatever the majority. She was just stupid. She's just a reactionary dipshit, like kid that likes to talk about politics but doesn't know anything about it. Have you considered making long form hit pieces on the lefty streamers? Well, the thing is that like if somebody's not interested in actually having a conversation to me, like being a reply guy on
Real
videos
and true.
is just really annoying. Like I'd rather like have a real conversation and show people how fucking dumb you are, not like do reply guy shit on videos over and over again.
My man looking.
Because it will require for you to motherfucking come up with a point and pull your fucking evidence up. And that's not what it is. You get your rocks off on saying, ha ha, this person's stupid. Ha ha, I'm better than him. Ha ha, I'm smarter than him. That's what DesTiny actually likes to do. That's the reason why he does it. He is literally saying, whoa, you know, it's fun to take down conservatives, but with, you know, liberals, I may have to do some work and actually have to understand their points versus just being bored with it. Literally, that's some of the things that he actually says. Well, I was bored with actually looking into what you're saying. Fuck out of here.
Clean as fuck.
It feels closer to grifting when they're willing to discard politics in order to make fun of Pete for being gay. Well, that's not like grifting. That's more just
Monk
like they never
HNO.
had like real political foundations to begin with. Like it's always been like about like, well, maybe you would consider that grifting, I guess, or not you. I don't mean that like an insult. Maybe that would be considered grifting. I don't know. But yeah, like it feels like a lot of their what to quote the famous their axioms are ungrounded. But yeah, like maybe that people have never really thought about this stuff as much as they claim to have. Doesn't it feel good convincing people they are hacks, though? Well, not really now when my entire platform has been overrun with political hacks. It doesn't feel good.
Again, this is about his ego. My platform has been overrun by political hacks. Like, for real, dog? For real. This isn't your platform. Twitch isn't your platform. It's akin to, well, I was here first, so it's mine. That's literally what he's saying. I was here first, so it's mine. The fuck is wrong with you, man? Let's continue.
Good anymore. No, it feels like pretty fucking bad. Like it feels pretty gross.
If it makes you feel better, you pulled me out of the crazy part of the left. Thanks, BB.
And see, things like this absolutely feed his ego. Well, rational people, well, people that aren't ideologues, well, people that want to really get stuff done, they see it this way. It's like this whole thing, this appeal to centrism and this appeal to gradualism, it fucking doesn't work. No movement has succeeded from gradualism. The women's suffrage movement, it wasn't gradualism. They came out there in full force and they were told, why the fuck are you trying to vote when you can't? Why are you advocating for voting when you can't vote? Why are you doing this? Why are you Why are you trying? It doesn't work because it doesn't work right away. Wait for it. Hold off. Maybe in 20 years. Look at the civil rights movement. Wait for it. Give it some time. It's gonna take time. Look at the gay rights movement. In 2004, literally, they passed a fucking Defense of Marriage Act. And in less than 10 years, because people didn't want to wait, they moved the country to where it was like, no, fuck, it's a human right. Gradualism never fucking works. It takes a full frontal assault. It takes people willing to stand up and say, no, we want that shit now. It's my rights and I need it now. If you get that J.J. Wentworth joke. But let's continue.
No problem, buddy. Bad Bunny is probably a grifter. I don't think she legitimately believes in anything that she says politically. Bad Bunny is just a lonely person who will do anything for a group of friends that will accept her. So if her group of friends...
Almost as if somebody would do anything for a group of people that, like, literally, does he not just realize that he's feeding his own ego by... Somebody just told him, like, oh, you brought me out of the worst things out of the left. That's literally feeding his ego, and I don't think he actually gets that he's doing this shit for ego. He is literally doing this shit for ego. But let's continue.
Friends were to transition over to Nazi conspiracy theories or flat Earth or whatever, she would be right there behind him. I mean, I don't necessarily blame her.
Exactly.
Just wants a group of friends.
Exactly, Vegeta.
She's been pretty lonely for like the past like 5 or 10 years or whatever, so it makes sense. Her motivations are at least somewhat understandable. Do you have any ideas on how to bring Twitch sphere back to a normal spot if they all avoid you and they don't want to do? Well, I mean, I don't think you can. I think that once conspiracy theories have kind of like taken hold.
What's the best way to combat these people on the platform? NGL, it seems like you're calling to destroy their egos.
I think that once people have...
Yes, because it is a battle of egos. Just like the guy said, it's a battle of the egos. His versus everyone else.
Like, started to do the conspiracy thing, it's really addicting. Like, it's so much more fun. Like, it's so fun to think, like, well, Pete's campaign, you know, they...
Alright, come on. Fuck purple.
They also bought services from Shadow. And Pete's...
I mean, like, if you want to be honest, he actually did. He bought services from Shadow. Like, I'm going to give you 40 grand to do something. Like, really? Really? Like, really? Oh, we're going to give you 25 grand for text messaging.
Advisor's wife is friends or owns the organization that owns Shadow, so they are all rigged. Like, that's fun stuff to think about. It's just...
Wait. One of his advisors is on the board that owns Shadow, but there is no collusion. DesTiny, you can't be that stupid. Oh, honey, what did you do today? I created an app for the people that gave me money that you're affiliated with. Oh, really? Do you think that has any effect on what somebody may actually fucking do? You can't be that naive. You can't be that motherfucking naive. You can't. I'm sorry, like, to say like, oh, it has no bearing. The fuck it doesn't. But let's continue.
It's like the Pizzagate or QAnon stuff. Like, it's fun to run down those rabbit holes.
It's not a fucking rabbit hole. We have a clear, distinct connection. It wasn't as if somebody was saying the owner's wife was in the fucking basement, in the basement, the non-existent basement of Pizzagate, and says, "Ooh, look at our basement." Let's continue.
and to find their campaign slogan had 17 words, and if we break down 1 plus 7, we see that 1 represents Hillary Clinton and 7 represents her 7th term as the senator of New York, which we see it stand like that's all that's super fun. Like that's so much fun to do. Like it's so fun to get involved in all of that. That why would you go back to okay, whatever. Maybe there's more reasonable explanations. Nah, I don't think people care to do it.
And you know what? This is my thing with him. It's his whole thing is, well, people are stupid and they don't want to think and all this other good bullshit. Literally, he's his thing for not having worker co-ops is because, well, people don't want to think, and I don't want, and not I, but people don't want to try to make decisions for themselves. That's his problem, this fucking ego of everybody else is stupid but me. Let's continue.
I feel like DesTiny's exaggerating. You're just as stupid as everyone else though. I've already seen the dumb shit that you're typing in chat. Example,
exactly what I was just motherfucking saying. You're just as stupid as everybody else. Really, dog? Really? The fuck is wrong? It must be nice to have an ego that big. I know when it crashes, it must be fucking horrible. It must be just outright it must be world-shakingly devastating to actually have an ego where it's that big but also that fucking delicate that somebody in this chat can set him off that quickly. But let's continue.
What did you just say? I just saw you say something stupid. Pete donated $40K to Shadow Inc. Something was going on. Pete didn't donate $40,000 to Shadow Inc. Pete bought services from the company. You're already wrong. You're already starting off on a conspiratorial foot.
Oh, wait. The company that was responsible for creating the app for a primary that he actually was in and had stakes in wasn't influenced by his quote-unquote purchase of a service. Fuck out of here.
So you already don't know what you're talking about. So no, I wouldn't waste my time talking to you. No, you're already lost. You're already down the conspiratorial. Unless you think I donate money to OVH or I donate money to Amazon when I buy a service. You're already down the conspiratorial rabbit hole. Nothing I say will ever convince you otherwise.
Wait.
You and some political commentators that you endorse or at least respect. Sam Cedar, man, he's trying his hardest not to go fucking crazy. I don't know if he...
Wait. Did he just throw up Sam Cedar? I tell you one thing. DesTiny. Sam Cedar is not the reasonable liberal that you think he is. But let's let this shit continue.
How much he cares about the other crazies that he has on his platform or not, but Sam Cedar is trying his hardest. Everything I've seen of him, it seems like he's trying really hard to be responsible in his messaging. And then obviously David Pakman. I don't know anybody else that I...
Now, mind you, he just named David Pakman, who, in some rights, is a little bit more progressive. He's maybe a little bit more centrist as well. He's a pragmatist. He wants to do practical shit. But in the fucking end, you have to understand something. One, especially with Sam Cedar, it is a fucking reason why he's the ringmaster of his circus. Now, if you ever listen to... No, actually, he's not. He's purposely being a dumbass. I will give you that. But what he does is he puts Michael Brooks on his show. And he lets Michael Brooks run fucking ragged and rimshot over everything. So he can get back and say, well, I didn't do it. Michael said this and Michael did this. Oh, what was it? It was a thing where he actually forced Michael to take down a video, and he forced Michael to apologize, and he had a real strong talking to Michael where he docked him a week's pay. Like, dude, we I get it. You're fucking being facetious. And not only does he have Michael Brooks on, but he also has Jamie, and I forget her last name, who is literally an anarchist. Makes no bones about it. And says that specifically that she believes in anarcho-syndicalism. But he never admonishes these people. He lets the circus run wild. I wonder why.
I respect right now. Definitely not Michael Brooks. Absolutely not.
Now, mind you, he doesn't respect Michael Brooks because Michael Brooks saw through his bullshit. Michael Brooks literally had a conversation with him where Michael Brooks ran roughshod over his stupid ass arguments. They had one conversation, and Michael Brooks made him look like a fucking fool. That's why he hates Sargon, because Sargon made him look like a motherfucking fool. It's not that he had a problem with his arguments. It's not that he had a problem with what he was actually saying. It was they hurt DesTiny's feelings, and now he doesn't fucking like them.
Definitely not Cal Kalinske. That dude is just as bad as Alex Jones.
Now, I've never seen Cal Kalinske, Secular Talk, say they're turning the frogs gay. I've never seen Cal Kalinske rip out his shirt like he's some hopped up on steroids motherfucking pink ass ape. No! Is he forceful? Yes. Is he, bombastic? Yes. It's almost as if DesTiny hates people that will push back on his bullshit and just not take it. This is the reason why he doesn't like Vosh. Because Vosh will push back on his bullshit. That's what happens. And he fucking hates it. He fucking hates it. Because it's about his ego. And if you hurt his ego, then he's going to be mad. He's going to be really, really mad. But let's continue.
They're literally on the same tier. I don't.
Oh, by the way, Cal Kalinske started a political party that has actually gotten people in office to help support, socialist issues. Say, like, help co-found the Justice Democrats, which helped bring us Representative Ocasio-Cortez. Somebody who's pushing the needle to actually help us with climate change issues and address certain things that are affecting everyone. But, yeah, he does. He just does, because it's more rational to DesTiny that they're just idiots and he's right because his ego. But let's continue. Where's this motherfucker?
I don't know who
at?
else. Oh, Hutch. Fuck, man, that Hutch dude. He's not like a mainstream political person. But yeah, like Hutch is trying his best. Yeah. ContraPoints is okay, but she doesn't do as much, obviously. I don't even know if I would consider her necessarily political. She doesn't really comment on mainstream political things. It's more like, I don't know if I'd say sociological. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Wait, what? Wait, what? ContraPoints? The fuck? Like, am I really hearing this? Now, I watch ContraPoints videos. Shit, I just watched one today. Her big thing is gender identity, being an advocate for people being able to identify in the way that they want. But she is definitely definitely had some tanky motherfucking calls and points about shit. Right now, you don't see that shit because something that is very important to her is more in the forefront. But make note, like, the fuck? Yeah. Like, for real. Like, DesTiny literally has no context of actually, well, I don't like this point, and the points that he doesn't like is because they directly may take something away from him. But let's continue. What little square? Oh, it's my camera. It's my mic. Alright, let's continue.
Sure, what I would. Pastio's okay. I don't know. He probably leans a little bit farther to the right than I do, but Nate Silver. Maybe Nate Silver. Nate Silver seems like he really fucking hates Bernie Bros.
So, and Nate Silver was actually instrumental in helping predict the 2008 elections. But Nate Silver has, let's just say, came to a conclusion with a lot of, ooh, god damn, he's swinging that ass. He was seen as an outsider. But when Nate Silver became part of the political establishment, he really fucking hated Bernie Sanders. Damn, his ass is almost down already. I love these new thralls. But let's continue.
But then again, he gets harassed by them a lot on Twitter too, so I don't blame him. We might be similar in that regard. He might be the only guy more ass-pained online about Bernie Bros than I am. Eva seems okay, but I think that they let people get away with too much. You're talking with Mike from PA today? Yeah. Well, I hope so. Supposedly, he starts to stream in about 5 minutes. He's challenged me in the past. Yeah, fuck it. I'll talk to him. I'm ready to do the... Well,
and see, it's about who he can call out, who he can specifically make sure that he's better than. Like, for real, dog, is that why you have one particular political leaning or did something political in a specific case? Yeah, the fucking DNC, literally, Chris Matthews said, if Bernie would have won, I may have been dragged out to Central Park. Like, for real, dog? Like, you ain't that important. Oh, shit. Yeah, if I take more of those, my ass is grass. Or Chuck Todd talking about digital brown shirts, but Bernie Sanders, his supporters, are being motherfucking irrational. Digital brown shirts. Like, literally, he called Bernie Sanders supporters digital brown shirts. It's like, you see these motherfuckers get at progressives, they punch you in the face, and the moment you say, hey, that's bad, you shouldn't be, or you defended yourself. Oh, look at you being fucking unreasonable. Look at these people. They don't like us punching them in the fucking face. But let's continue.
we'll dive down the conspiracy theory memes about this Iowa shit if he wants to. Don't you think that momentarily killing your views with League is letting all these bad political commenters grow on Twitch? Well, kind of, but like I don't want to do politics like 12 hours a day. Like it's not fun for me. I don't.
The reason why he doesn't do politics because he know he can't stack up against left wing people. He knows he can't. He knows that left wing people would actually pull out facts. Well, what about this? What about Venezuela? Fuck. Here's the thing. And people don't. This is the shittiest part that a lot of people don't get, and this is off on a little bit of a tangent. When you look at Bernie Sanders' plan, and to an extent, Elizabeth Warren's, they want to do shit that you see in Germany and France. Literally. You have single-payer healthcare system in Germany and France, and we would all say that, yeah, literally, Chuck Todd called Bernie Sanders supporters digital brown shirts. No lie, no bullshit. They're digital brown shirts because they're mean on the internet. Never mind the fact, again, they literally, on election night, they said, yeah, no, that's what makes it so fucking stupid. Exactly. They called somebody who had family members that died in the fucking Holocaust. His followers are digital brown shirts. Yeah. Let's see. What else? And like, I want to get back to this video, but and maybe I will do a later video on that, but it's like, is it like, how do you have an ego like this? Count it. Oh shit. Yeah, take. How do you have the ego like this? Him, the other guy, like you, like reality doesn't agree with you. But let's continue.
Enjoy doing that, and I don't think that just because I leave for like a couple months to play League, that all of a sudden like conspiracy theory runs rampant. I mean, I guess if I have to do politics full time to like keep these people at bay, I can do it. But then I'm basically just.
Oh no, DesTiny, you can go play League. I think we can survive the fact that people disagree on the internet. You don't have to be our savior. It'd be great to have a savior, but you don't have to be our savior. And look, I'm going to tell you a secret. People don't think Bernie's a savior too. They just think that he's going to help get others what other people already have. But you don't see that, dog. All you see is, damn, I didn't know this was here. Oh, shit. All you see is obsession with sheep. I ran into him. Okay, cool. But yeah, no. It's the fact that this fucking, like, it's really about his ego. But let's continue.
Relegating myself to like fact checking lefties is so boring. Like, you don't understand. It doesn't require even any reading at this point. Like, we can already combat like lefty fucking academics, right?
No. Okay, cool. He can combat, yeah. He can combat lefty academics. Great. So he's gonna talk to Professor Richard Wolff? No, he's not. He's not going to actually talk to a Marxist professor who actually has data and information that talks about how we should be on a more socialist, path when it comes to the U.S., which kind of let the secret out. The U.S. is already partly socialized. We just need to decide where that line is. But let's continue. Exactly. Yeah, he feels like he's a big brain. He feels like he's a galaxy brain. But let's continue.
Right? Who don't have any like econ knowledge at all. That guy, Michael Albert guy that authored participatory economics, doesn't even know the stock market works. Right? Like these people are so boring to deal with that it's.
No. I can tell you how the stock market works. Really, I can. And I haven't taken an economic class in my life. The stock market works is this. People put money on a company in hopes that the stock price would always go up. That's how the stock market works. When people say that the stock market is just like a casino, it kind of is an analogy that it is. The fact is, the stock market is a game that people play to bet on the value of a specific company. And they bet that value would always go up. That's how it works. And then people use tricks and different things to try to play the market. That's how it works.
It's like, fuck me. I'd rather at least, like, the Nazi stuff is interesting because I get to read about World War II. I get to read about cultural Bolshevism and Germany and Hitler. Like, at least I get to research more about that. But, like, fucking, like, lefties are always, like, one wiki article away from understanding that they know nothing about what they're talking about. Like, it's just so boring. I don't know. I don't like to do that full time.
Because it takes fucking effort. You just want to sit back and hold over somebody's head like, haha, I know better than you. That's where this is coming down to. It's not that, oh, great, I get to learn some other things. I get to learn how, Keynesian economics would be. Well, that's hard. I literally have the book. Here. Literally have this book. It is a fucking difficult book to read. But I'm taking the time to fucking learn it because that shit right there, the measure of what happened in 2008, is setting up to happen again. But motherfuckers like DesTiny who thinks that, well, I have Twitch, I'm going to be safe. Well, I'm owning this I own my own rights to this, I'm going to be safe. That's the reason why he doesn't want to look into it, because he feels that he's all right and all the other plebes, well, if they're screwed, oh well for them.
Truthorfiction.com. Did Pete Buttigieg's campaign pay $42,500? Pay and donate are two different things.
Wow, for somebody who likes to say, don't get caught up on the semantics, he's getting caught up on the semantics. And, I know that I may have paid a cop to do his job after he pulled me over and not give me a ticket, but that's still a fucking bribe. No, they don't. They don't, Vegeta. They don't.
They paid for a service. That's different than donating. Joe Biden did not donate. His campaign did not donate $1,200. They paid for text messaging services.
I have a Sprint phone. I text messages doesn't cost that much. They don't. Let's continue.
Pay and donate the connotation is vastly different. I'm not a lefty, but there are plenty of respectable lefty academics. What DesTiny just said is very dumb. None of them are on fucking YouTube or Twitter, though. Like, I'm sure that there are some people that study, like, lefty shit in, like, academia or whatever, but they're not the people that are on YouTube. And I doubt that those people that would come from academia would make the same stupid fucking claims that the people on fucking YouTube and Twitter make.
May I introduce you to Professor Richard Wolff? Like, seriously. Like, there are... Hell, look, later on, what time is it, 6? I'm going to actually probably, in this video, I'm going to probably do Mark Blythe. Literally, he's a Keynesian economics professor. He's on YouTube. That's how I found him. Like, come on, guy. We know what this shit is. You're fucking scared to actually address issues with people that may actually know the same amount or more than you. It's not about you learning. It's about your ego.
or any of these mainstream lefty figures or whatever. Like, there's a difference between like, oh, like I'm a guy that studies Marx for history or whatever. I have this understanding of blah 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 blah, versus some people dumb fuck like Kyle Kalinske or whatever. These are two vastly different things.
Wait. He's a dumb fuck now. Who, again, somebody who actually brings up political stats, a lot more political stats than what you actually bring up on your show's DesTiny. Like, literally. I mean, like, I have disagreements with him. I really do. But he actually does fact checking, and he actually does political history and political theories. But he's a dumbass.
Responded and said, about exactly what? The story there is relatively boring. So Mike is going to walk back that he ever said that it was conspiratorial. That's good. All these fucking cowards.
Wait. First is boring, and then you know better, and now they're cowards. I don't get it. Like, is it boring? Are they cowards? Like, for real? Well, Vegeta, I'm going to actually say this. The reason why they don't want to apply different solutions to the problem is because it may mean that the status quo isn't good, and it works for them, but it doesn't work for everybody. So fuck you, pay me. That's what a lot of these guys' issues are. That's what you see a lot of the people that's in the establishment. Fuck you, pay me. It may not work for you, but it works for me. So fuck you, pay me. Let's continue.
Bomber guy and Sean and Jen did it too. They walked the fuck.
One peace of mind when buying a new car. Gerald cares. Introducing the Gerald exclusive lifetime warranty.
Skip ads.
Back on everything they said. These are the same people that attacked PewDiePie for.
First of all, I have to look at that, but a lot of times when you say people walk back, what you mean is they do the same shit that you're doing right now. The same exact shit where they bring a specifically strong case against something that you said, and when they talk to you, they try to be civil. It's what Peter Kaufman did. It's the main reason why you got pissed off at fucking American Johnson, because he wasn't walking the shit back. He actually had evidence because he lives in those countries, the type of countries that you have a fucking issue with. But because of reasons, you got pissed off because he wasn't backing down. It's all about your ego, dog. But let's continue.
For fucking shouting out 30 channels, and then one of them happens to be like some fucking like covert ops fucking Nazi crypto channel. No, Mike's typing up a long response. Probably going to be about how he doesn't have a strong opinion about anything that happened in Iowa, and it was probably blah, 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 blah. I don't think I've trafficked in any conspiracies other than to point out that the media narrative being formed around an obviously disrupted result.
Wait, what's so fucking funny about that? The results, which we normally had around 9 p.m. in any other fucking presidential race. It was coming in, and all of a sudden, they stopped. Not only that, but you saw it where Buttigieg was complaining about a poll. The Des Moines Register poll that would have came out that Friday. Because Buttigieg complained about it. They pulled the poll. Literally, he threw a fit. He pulled, without sounding bad, but he pulled a Karen. I want to speak to your manager. Like, literally, he pulled I want to speak to your manager. And they pulled the poll reflective of the standings in Iowa. Not only that, they fucking released 62% of the data on polls, on the polling places where, other people were strong, and purposely waited to release the places where Bernie Sanders was actually strong. And they waited until the final parts and they gave Buttigieg the opportunity to say, well, I won. without any fucking evidence. But there was no debacle in Iowa because reasons.
How frustrating. I mean, I guess it's smart, right? Like, they would adopt the same strategies as all the fucking, like, conservatard people or whatever. Why would we talk about that? Pete is ashamed of being gay. He's completely ignoring everything I said about the last clip. Does anybody have the clip where Mike screamed at me that he would debate me on a clip? Anybody have that? That's interesting, like how meek he is now in conversation. This is not the alpha Mike that was screaming and pounding his chest a couple weeks ago on stream. It's interesting. Do you care more about electing the right candidate to beat Trump or the candidate with the best policies? The right candidate to beat Trump is definitely like the most important thing. The right policies don't matter if you can't enact them, right?
And this is the shit that, like, this is what it's all about with these neoliberal motherfuckers. They are so worried with beating Trump. They want to return back to normal. But normal didn't work for people. That's the reason why Trump got elected, because normal didn't work for people. You had people who traditionally voted Democratic. But because somebody says, well, everything is okay and everything is working for me, so everything must work for you. And if you believe that everything is not, if you believe that it has to be working for everybody, and then what happened? The people didn't come out of Michigan. People didn't come out in Wisconsin. All because of this fucking hubris of, well, it's working for me, so it must be working for everybody. It's the same type of hubris that DesTiny is showing right now. And then, if you don't vote for Trump, if you vote for Trump, you must be a sexist and racist. Versus saying, why do people vote that way? What makes people feel that they need to vote for these people? It's the same people that, Mike Bloomberg could actually fix it. Mike Bloomberg is not going to fix shit. He's just as racist. He's just as idiotic as Trump. Anytime you go on tape and say, well, the reason why we send cops to minority neighborhoods is because 95% of the people are victims or perpetrators look the same way. That's fucking racist, dog. It's racist. Or, worse yet, because they got rid of redlining, banks had to give money to poor minorities. And they couldn't actually they couldn't pay their loans.
That being said, from the polling that I've seen, it seems like most of the big candidates right now have roughly equal chances of beating Trump.
That's bullshit. Bernie Sanders has 10 points on Trump. Everybody else has... Yes, if you want to look at the margin of errors. Who is it? Joe Biden has 7. Nobody else has anything. Elizabeth Warren has like 4, and Buttigieg loses to Trump. He out and out loses to Trump.
Like, I think Biden and Sanders and Warren, I know that Biden and Sanders have pretty equal shots at beating Trump, but I think Biden leading Sanders in some swing states, but not by much, by like a couple points.
Here's the truth of DesTiny is he will not debate me on issues. Every time I debated him, like the last 2 times I debated him or talked to him, he brought up Nicole and he wanted to know more about our relationship. Like so it's just like creepy. It feels parasocial. It feels like
yeah, like what Vegeta was saying. Yeah, exactly, Vegeta. A lot of people just they were like, fuck the establishment, fuck Hillary Clinton. Yes, there were people that were okay with his racism, There are people that were okay with his racism because they were fucking hurting, and they say, well, these are the reasons why we're hurting. But I can tell you this. A lot of these people, they're not fucking evil. They're fucking scared. A lot of people are fucking scared. And this is a point that, you know, a lot of people actually miss. When you look into what happened with the drug crisis in the African Americans and the minority communities, the Mexicans, or whatever in the 80s, the Nixon administration was going after people for political power. They wanted to go after the hippies and they wanted to go after the blacks. They said it. It was part of the Southern strategy. The problem when you introduce that where people are making money off of people suffering is after so long, the people who are suffering, they can't pay anymore. And then it moves up the fucking ladder. It is a reason why you see. This is just from February the 16th. And it is a reason why you see all of these people dealing with depression. You see with anxiety. You see people that are actually fucking worried about so much shit. Is because the fucking bottom has fallen out and people don't know how far they're gonna fucking fall. I was talking to Bubbles today. A lot of people are so caught up in despair, but it's hitting everybody now. And that's why a lot of people voted for Trump. They didn't care about his racist policies. They didn't think he was going to actually get them done. They just thought, well, he's saying what I feel, that people are being screwed over. The problem is, he said he was going to fix it, and he didn't. But this whole vote blue on no matter who is the reason why you see so many people trying to go for Mike Bloomberg, who is just as racist, just as bigoted, and just as incompetent when it comes to helping out people as Trump. It's almost as if they're cut from the same cloth, or if they're fucking friends. Oh, wait, yes, they are. This shit is fucking ridiculous. But let's let him finish.
Invasive, and it's just like, hey, dude, why don't you not worry about us?
So I think I brought up his relationship with Bad Bunny because he was literally defending Bad Bunny's like 400 uses of the word fag on Discord, which was pretty insane. But
what does that have to do with the arguments that he was making? Just like a fucking reactionary. But let's continue.
Okay. Is Buttigieg pulled to lose to Trump? I haven't seen Pete's numbers against Trump. I don't know.
Oh, it's almost if you have the Google's machine that you can actually look up to see if he took money or he donated versus paid for service.
Mike has gone silent on Discord. He's no longer responding to me after I linked him the Pete is ashamed of being gay clip. Who cares what Bad Bunny said in private? Isn't that your stance? Oh, I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
So why the fuck do you bring it up? It sounds like I'm being pedantic. I know. It sounds like I'm being petty. But I'm just following his suit. But let's continue.
I don't think I ever did care. I don't care what most people say in terms of like joking stuff. I don't.
Vegeta, I'm gonna say this. Not only are you sure that that Sanders would have won the election, Trump is sure that Sanders would have won the election. He's fucking freaking out about the fact that, oh shit, Sanders may actually win the fucking election. Oh shit, I'm worried. He doesn't want to run against Sanders. He doesn't. He is fucking worried. Because he thinks Sanders has a message that'll appeal to people. And you know what? He's right. But the thing about it is, the fucked up part about it is, you run Sanders, You go to Kentucky. All right, so this video's over. We're gonna leave this video, and this is just like, I guess it's gonna be me ranting for a few minutes. The thing about Sanders is you actually see time after time after time where you like, oh, like it's genuine moments. You saw Joe Biden talking about challenging one of his supporters to a push-up contest. Literally, Bernie Sanders a guy got up and had questions, and he said, like, I'm going broke. I'm about to, start a shotgun. And Sanders was like, wait, why? Because of health insurance. And he was like, no, give me your information after we finish, and we're going to fucking help you. And you know what he did? He did. He helped the living daylights out of this man. Did he bring it up in a further write-up? No. The guy came back and was like, dude, you helped me. There was literally, what was it the other day? He was in a rally in Texas. Now, Sanders is like 77. I give you that. Fuck, he's old. He was talking in the heat. Somebody fucking passed out. He was like, no, wait, EMT, come help this person. Not only that, here, take my fucking water. Make sure that this person is okay. We're going to take a break. But he's unreasonable, and he's some ideologue. Like, for real, dog? Like, for real. These motherfuckers are scared. DesTiny included. They're scared because, well, we're going to give people power? What the fuck are we doing this? No. People, we are their betters, and they don't deserve the power. They wouldn't know what to do with it. It's like that scene at the end of God of War 3, where Kratos, after all that he goes through, he gets up and he kills himself to release the hope into the world. And Athena is like, no, they won't know what to do with it. Well, motherfuckers, we will know what to do with that fucking power. But let's continue.
I don't think you should do it, but I've never been on like a big hype cancel train for any shit. I wasn't even on PewDiePie when he fucking dropped his N-word shit on. I thought it was stupid as fuck, but I don't know if that makes you racist or if you whatever. People always ascribe to me a lot of stances that I don't have. It's very interesting to me.
It's funny that you don't have them when clearly, when it's about being a contrarian, of course you don't have them then. But when it's about your edification of making sure that you're better than somebody, yeah, of course I got those stances.
But didn't you say that this person should be canceled because they said that word or whatever? No, not really. I personally usually don't care that much about this stuff. I just think it's funny that some people selectively care about it a lot. Like, depending on who gets hit by it, basically. So, for instance, Hassan flipping shit over what I say in private and then going on to support Cumtown over and over and over and over and over again is kind of interesting to me. It makes me wonder a little bit what the motivation is for supporting any particular.
Like, he actually gets, like, super hurt that somebody doesn't 100% believe in him. Like, Hassan was, like, his bosom buddy. But, like, he gets called out on shit. Like, he literally won't debate Vosh. They just now, like, agreed to a debate. And that's gonna be an interesting debate. Because there's hatred between Vosh and DesTiny. Well, Vosh doesn't really hate him. He thinks he's pathetic, but DesTiny really hates Vosh. But that's gonna be fun. I'm gonna watch that shit. But let's go to another video. Oh fuck the Scorpions. Yeah, let's go here.
It was just like a family that spent too much.
All right.
And we are back. Well,
all right, so this is where I try to sound smart. Yeah, I try to sound smart. Remember I holded up this book, Austerity: The History of a Dangerous Idea. This is the guy who actually came up with that whole idea. Mark Blythe. And you can actually check out his podcast that he does on the Watson Institute, which is actually pretty fun. Yes, he makes a joke. And